Welcome. Let's have a look at the question 10 of the Further Mathematics 2025 for Nigeria. Given that 8 combination x, 7 combination x, and 7 on 6 multiplying 6 combination x form the 3 consecutive terms of an exponential sequence, which is GP. We have to find the value of x, the common ratio, and the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence. So let's pick the ideas we know about the exponential sequence. So if the sequence are given as 8 combination x, and we have 7 combination x, and 7 on 6, 6 combination x, then it means that our first term is going to be this, our second term will be this, and our third term, since we are using the word consecutive terms. And in finding our common ratio, we know common ratio, let me just write this. The common ratio is denoted by what? R. So that means that the common ratio is the same as the second term divided by the first term, which is also the same as the third term divided by what? The second term. So if I divide the second by the first, I get a common ratio. The result will be the same as if I divide the third term by the second term. So let's pick the first one. So for the fact that I have common ratio equals to second term divided by what? First term. What is my second term? My second term is going to be 7 combination x divided by 8 combination what? X. Second term divided by the first term. Now, we are now moving from the sequence into combination. If I have 7 picking x, how do I expand that? So the expansion of this become the first term, which is the n, 7 combination divided by the r combination 7 minus x, or combination divided by this division. So I have 8 combination x, I said combination, factorial, factorial. So this become 8 minus what? X, or factorial. All right, sorry for mentioning combination. All right, so what do? We need to expand the denominator or apply the concept of factorial, which means we are multiplying the integer given to us from that number to 1, reducing it to 1. So if you can see here, if I reduce this by 1, this is my number. This is like 5 factorial. So this is the number. So if I reduce it by 1, it means 7 minus 1 will become 6. But if I reduce this by 1, this becomes 8 minus 1, 7. I'll be having the same value here. So I will be expanding this only to one step. As in, I can also change this one. Let me have my 7 factorial on x factorial, 7 minus x, all factorial. This now become multiplication. I have my x factorial into bracket 8 minus x times 7 minus x, all factorial, divided by what? 8 factorial. Why do I have this? If I have 6 factorial, is the same as 6 times 5 factorial, which is the same as 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. I'm only moving one step. I have not gotten to the 1, so the factorial still remain attached to the number. So since we are multiplying, you can see from here, 7 minus x factorial is a product multiplying, or is a factor in this multiplication, which is also here, so it can cancel out easily. So I can say that this value will be cancelling this. So I'll be left alone with 7 factorial multiplying this. And I can also see that x factorial will also cancel. So if that is out of the way, we should be left with 6 factorial multiplying 1, right? No, multiplying 8 minus x divided by 8 factorial multiplying 1. So I should have 7 factorial divided by what again? 1, I guess. Multiplying 8 minus x divided by 8 times what? 7 factorial. Just like I explained in the beginning. I'm only reducing it to one step further. So from here, I can now take care of 7 factorial and 7 factorial. So our ratio now become 8 minus x divided by what? 8. This is cancelling. So at this point, there is nothing to do. This 8 cannot be cancelled. So let's move on to the next ratio, which is going to be the third term divided by what? The second term. This result is not giving us a specific answer. So we need to get a specific value for the common ratio. So now we can say that our third term, which is going to be 7 on 6, 6 combination x, divided by second term, which will be 7 combination what? X. Remember, this 7 on 6 is a factor multiplying whatever the result of 6 combination x will be. So it is not as part of the superscript. So now I can say that I have 7 on 6 multiplying 6. I want to combine that already. So I'll be having 6 factorial divided by the x factorial, 6 minus x all factorial divided by, as in this division, 7 factorial, x factorial, 7 minus what? X all what? Factorial. I guess at this point, after expanding this, you know what will happen in this place. We are now going to turn this to multiplication, flip this fraction over. We are seeing 6 here. If you subtract 1 from here, you will get your 6 minus x, which can easily what? Cancel out. So right from here, I should still maintain my 7 on 6 multiplying 6 factorial divided by x factorial, 6 minus x factorial times, let's have our x factorial. We have our 7 minus x, 6 minus x all factorial divided by 7 times 6 factorial. This is coming down. It's the same as what we are having in here. So now our cancellation can now be done, as in x factorial will cancel x, 6 minus x factorial will cancel this, 6 factorial will cancel 6 factorial. Then we should be left with everything in here is gone, leaving only the factor 7 on 6 times everything here is left with only 7 minus x divided by what? Oh, okay, this 7 can also cancel this. So 7 cancel 7. I should be left with only 7 minus x divided by what? 6. So we can only conclude and say that since our r is second term over first term, third term over second term, this implies that the result we had for the first division, which is 8 minus x on 8, 7 minus x on 6, will now become an equation to resolve. So let's cross multiply. So 6 now multiply 8 minus x. This 8 now multiply 7 minus what? X. If you expand, you should get 48 6x. If you expand here, you have 56 minus 8x. I think grouping of like terms will take effect from here. What do we do? Okay, let's maintain this. Bring the x all to the left, as in negative 6x maintain. Negative x become positive 8x. maintain your 56, bring in the positive to become negative 48. This is negative 6 plus this, make you positive 2x. If you subtract here, I think I'm seeing 2 plus this become 50, so I have 8. Divide by 2, and our cancellation will be this will cancel this will go here, what, 4. So I should be having the value of x equals what, 4. By concluding, I can say question A, the value of x is going to be what, 4. The second aspect is to find common ratio. We can put a 4 here and 4 here, find 7 combination 4 divided by 8 combination 4 to get your answer. Or you come back to this place and put your 4 here. If 4 is here, meaning 8 minus 4 divided by 8, your common ratio will also be what? Found, right? Okay. So the B part, that is looking for common ratio, is going to be, let me just say equals to, right? 8 minus 4 on 8, this is 4, so we have what? 1 over 2, that's the common ratio. We can also use the 7 aspect. Where is it? You put your 4 here, if you subtract, you get 3 on 6, which is still what? Half. So C, we are looking for sum of what? The first 10 terms. Now, there are two formulas which depend on the common ratio. The common ratio is less than 1. So we are going to have, so this become, let's say we have A into bracket 1 minus R exponent n divided by 1 minus what? R. This is done because 1 is bigger than what? The common ratio. If the common ratio is bigger than 1, this would have come first before the 1. Now here I can see that my n is number of terms. My A is the first term. Can we get the first term? I think we could have the sequence. If I have, where is it? I think 7 combination 4, 8 combination 4, 7 on 6, 6 combination 4. If you put this all in your calculator, you should be having 70, 35, then 35 divided by 2. These are the sequence that we are having. So our first term is going to be 70, then our common ratio will be what? 1 over 2. So fast forward, your sum of first 10 will be 70 into bracket 1 minus 1 over 2, all to the power what? 10, right? Divided by 1 minus 1 over 2. What can I do from here? I can have this to be 70 still, then 1 minus, 2 exponent 10, and ICT will be 1024, right? So 1 over 1024 divided by 1 over 2. Remember, it's a double division here, so this division goes up to multiply the top. That will give us 140 times. Remember, if you are subtracting a fraction from 1, you only subtract your numerator from your denominator. And that will give you 1023 divided by what? 1024. If you put that in our calculator, then we can tell what our sum of the first term is going to be in this GP. So doing so, we should be having 139.86. I'm leaving this in, okay, let's approximate that to get what? 140. If you approximate, that is when we are leaving it in the whole number aspect. I don't know how many decimal places will be applicable in this question. So this is what we are going to have. I guess the concept of employing combination into sequence and series, if well understood the two concepts, this will not be a problem. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and come back for the continuation.